This is video 5. This is lesson 6-4. Example 1. A woodworker constructs a rectangular picture frame so that JK, as you can see I have labeled JK, is 50 centimeters and JL, and you can see how I've labeled that here, is 86 centimeters. Find HM. Well, we need to stand back and try to remember what we know about rectangles. We know that rectangles always have 90-degree angles, and we know that rectangles have diagonals that are congruent. We also know that rectangles are a parallelogram, so don't forget to remind yourself about all the things that you know. So if JL is 86 centimeters, then we know that KM is also going to be 86 centimeters, which means HM is going to be half of 86, which is 43. The way we know that is that a rectangle is a parallelogram, and remember that the diagonals of parallelograms bisect each other. All right, moving on to the next example. TVWX is a rhombus. Find each measure. All right, so we need to stand back and say, okay, what do we know about a rhombus? A rhombus has all congruent sides. It also has diagonals that make 90-degree angles, and its diagonals bisect opposite angles that are actually congruent because it's a parallelogram that has congruent opposite angles. So I hope I said all that right because I got distracted by my daughter's text, but I think I said it all right. So we want to find each measure. The first thing it asks us for is TV. So I can't really do anything with TV yet until I figure out the side lengths, and I can't figure out the side lengths until I solve for B. So of course these two opposite sides are equal, and because it's a rhombus, all the sides are going to be equal. So I'm going to say 13b minus 9 equals 3b plus 4. I'm going to solve for b, and b equals 1.3. Then I can go and plug that in, and that gives us the length for the side, which is 7.9. That would be true for both sides, and both of the other sides as well. So TV is 7.9. And we are asked about the measure of angle VTZ. VTZ. So we're looking at this angle right here. All right. So here, I've solved for B, but not A. Let me move my phone and try to get that clear. There we go. So I had to think for a minute, how can I get the information here that I need to get? Well, I can't really do anything with that one yet, but I can do something with this one, because one thing I know about a rhombus is that all of the angles created by the diagonals are 90 degrees, because these two diagonals are perpendicular. So we have 4 90-degree angles. So I'm going to say 90 degrees is equal to 14a plus 20, and you can see the math right there, and a equals 5. So then I simply needed to plug a back in. I used it for this angle. 5 times 5 is 25 minus 5. That tells me this angle is 20, but because of the characteristics of a rhombus, I know that it's bisecting this angle, so not only is that 20, but that is 20, which is what we were asked about. And then I also know that those opposite angles are congruent, and it's bisected down here, so that's 20, and that's 20. All right, let's see if there is another one. I think I was going to flip 2 pages and look at one more problem with you. And maybe it was 3 pages or 4 pages. Okay, I don't know where that problem is, so I'll end this video and start again in a minute.